Why is the forest so important? The forest is characterized as the green lung of the earth, as forests produce oxygen and store huge amounts of carbon at the same time. But due to the clearing of forests worldwide, more and more carbon is released into the air, where it turns into carbon dioxide, better known as greenhouse gas emissions. Unregulated forest clearance and destruction, especially in the tropics, is responsible for about 17% of all greenhouse gas emissions worldwide. That almost equals the amount of greenhouse gas emissions produced by industry and exceeds those caused by the transport sector. How to avoid the destruction of forests, preserve biodiversity, and effectively protect our climate at the same time is revealed in REDD, quite simply explained. REDD is an acronym for Reducing Emissions from Deforestation and Forest Degradation. This also includes conservation, rehabilitation, and sustainable management of forests. Now, what are the reasons for forest destruction? Well, the drivers of deforestation differ from region to region, beginning with forest clearance for subsistence agriculture by rural populations right up to large-scale land use change for pastures and commercial agriculture. REDD intends to stop this dangerous development. The principle is simple. Developing countries will receive payments in exchange for proof that they have reduced deforestation or for demonstrating the preservation of their forests. The amount of compensation for each country will be negotiated individually based on a complex set of variables. While the situation differs from country to country, some crucial requirements apply to all countries. First, good governance is important for the success of REDD. Second, the country needs to put serious effort into the preservation of its forests. And third, the country must provide evidence of the improved results of forest conservation and the related forest carbon stock, because the verification of the agreed-upon goals is the basis for compensation. The changes in forest cover and related carbon stock can be monitored using satellite images combined with forest inventories on the ground. REDD has a high potential to reduce deforestation. The details of the concept are currently being negotiated. The more countries that participate, the more effective REDD will become. In this way, the displacement of deforestation from one country to another, so-called leakage, can be prevented. The estimates on global costs vary. In the medium term, it's anticipated that annual investments will be in the double-digit billion euro range. With this investment, the future cost of climate change-related damage can be reduced considerably. The money could be raised from various sources, including the private sector. Intensive preparations are ongoing. However, international negotiations will still take some time to agree on standard guidelines. In the meantime, the voluntary interim REDD Plus partnership and the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility are important platforms for exchange and coordination. Currently, more than 70 countries are participating. The German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development supports many of these countries, for example, Indonesia, Brazil, Laos, and Cameroon, in protecting their forests and most notably working to ensure that the most disadvantaged people will benefit from REDD.